Hey guys, I'm back again for the weekly oracle reading. For those of you who are just tuning in, I'm Anne. And in this video, I'm going to give a general love reading focusing on divine partners, and that includes soulmates, twin flames, twin rays, past life connections, and all love relationships that you're involved with. I invite you to stay tuned and watch. I'm sure there's a message for you. Okay, happy April. We're in April. I can't believe it. It's like April already. And you know, it's also a very special time because April represents rebirth. Even though a lot of things is happening in the world, and I want to go into it because it's just too much to digest. We were always going through something, especially this past year. So it's more about like getting that spring energy in. And I know we like to go for walks and do a lot of spring, summer slash summer activities. Sometimes the weather doesn't cooperate, but you know what? It's good to just start at home. Start where the basics are. Now I'm just getting my projects together, staying at home. It's kind of like I'm getting used to it. I'm going to become a homebody. I'm always up and about. But you know what? I realize I get a lot of things done, things that have not been, that's just been sitting. And it's good to get that done, so a lot of cleaning, lots of cleaning. Oh my gosh, this is a time for cleaning, is it? And just declutter your life. It's not even about just cleaning. So I know it's difficult, guys, but we're all united, and we talked about this before. But just do something for yourself, even if it is at home. We have the power of internet. We have the world at our fingertips. We didn't have these things back in the day, in the 80s and the 90s. And, it was more of like people socialized a lot. And now that, distance socializing or social distance, I don't know what they want to call it again. But whatever it is, it's not even about, it's a bad thing. It's something we have to take care of. But I hope you're doing the right thing and staying healthy and, just doing the things that, what we normally should be doing for ourselves. It's kind of like pressing the reset button. That's what I call reset button for April, spring, rebirth and restart all over again. And for those of you who are in autumn, it's wind down, take it slow, and just gather things together. So there's always something. Whoops. I have text timers, everything always going off. I apologize for that. But you know what? It's always good to keep that motivation going. It's always a good time to do something in your life. Inspirational. Be a light to somebody else. Call them, FaceTime, WhatsApp, even Instagram them, go on a live. I mean, whatever it is, it's being distant doesn't mean it's totally distant. And, we just want things to just go back to normal, which it will. I know it will. Just have that patience and faith, believe in God, believe in your higher power, that's inside of you. Okay. All right. So the first card I got out for the Divine Masculine, Speak Your Truth. A very beautiful card. And you know what? Divine Masculines now are starting to get that. They're starting to feel like they need to speak their truth. They need to bring it all out, because when they don't, it's kind of like they're at a standstill. They're not giving in to what their heart is saying. So you may be feeling like you're with someone, and you know what, that person isn't responding to you. Why aren't they responding? Maybe you're not speaking up. Maybe you're not saying what your truth is, the inner truth inside of you. That happens a lot with relationships. And you know what happens when that occurs? We end up finding that we're all alone, and we wonder, why is that person, not coming around, or aren't they giving me attention? Well, it could be that you're not speaking your truth. Sometimes when we speak our truth, we speak what's in and what's meant to be said. If we are passive, you're actually doing more a disservice for yourself, because that person has no clue of what is happening. And you know what happens? It spirals, and everything just goes like haywire. And one word is said, but maybe at the wrong time. Maybe you're like a lot of people that, don't say it right then and there, like myself included. And you kind of like say it later on, and then you're like, you missed a point of why. You got upset because there was an underlying issue. You have to work on that. That's working on it. Because what happens is you create an anxiety inside yourself. That anxiety, as you can see, it's a lot to take in. It's a lot to pull, put inside of you. Very beautiful card, Nine of Swords. I mean, Nine of Swords is technically, a card that represents a lot of anger as well. So there may be some anger in the mix with the Nine of Swords and the anxiety and just stuff that's just, kind of like accumulating. We tend to do that, especially when there's something bothering you. And you know what? Your partner or your partner, I should say, you're really in your relationship, that person, they don't know what's going on, and you may not know what's going on with them if you're not speaking your truth. Now, I'm not talking about speaking in a rash, harsh way. Okay, no, it's not even like that, because when you end up saying something, you kind of like, what did I just say? You say it with love, you say it with truth. And if that person isn't receptive to hearing you and that person is like rejecting you, then you need to say it in another way. It's kind of like, sometimes when you talk to people, it could be like you're talking to them with total love, total devotion. But you know what? They're not getting it. They're not opening themselves to it. So a lot of regret. This card is telling you that there's a lot of regret happening. And let me flip it over so you can see that. You can pause it. I can read it to you. Maybe I'll just read it to you. It says, there is nothing sadder than looking back on some part of your life with regret, wondering what you could have done but did not. Go for it. Sometimes it's better to try and fail than to not try at all. All is not lost. You still have time to turn the situation around, let go of fear and apprehension, and follow your heart. That's a long message. Let's look at it again. Regret. So divine masculine regrets a lot. Whatever occurred, whatever happened. When you start to think about things, and you can actually rewrite it all over again in your head and say, I should have said this, or I should have did that, and maybe it would have been this way and maybe that way. We regret things, and that's common. We regret a lot of things. I regret, the list goes on. But when we're harsh on ourselves and when we're doing this to ourselves, it could be a lot to do with purging. Yeah. And you know what? You can be awakened and you could have already said, I've done my purging. I've already released and surrendered. You know what? We're always accumulating. Like life just purges, comes in, we accumulate, we let go. Like dust, it just keeps coming. I know that. I keep cleaning and it still comes back. Sensitivity. Queen of Cups, sensitivity. I love these cards. And divine masculines, like I said, divine masculine doesn't necessarily mean it's a man. It could result in both, and you can also follow both of these sides, or your partner could follow them. The sensitivity is bringing up a lot, and because it's sensitive and because it's just you're going through a lot in your life, you may find yourself going in circles and finding yourself just not finding the answer that you need, and you're just going around, and you need to refocus. Because you need to let go. This person needs to speak. You need to speak. When you speak, you release. And when you release, well, things start to come through it. You could make like a restitution. You could, I don't know how to pronounce it. Maybe I'm saying it wrong, but you can find a happy medium, compromise, let it go, and really like find that place that you need to be at. Divine Feminines, positive outcome. A very beautiful card. I love the colors of these cards. As you can see, they're gorgeous. They're very pretty. So a positive outcome, meaning there is hope. Don't give up now. Have faith, trust. The forces of love are at work behind the scenes. Expect a joyous and positive outcome. So this is a positive outcome. This is representing a lot of goodness, a lot of happiness. And you know what? The goodness that comes from within is actually a reward that you've been searching for and you need. There is hope. These cards are beautiful. I love these cards. There's hope. There's hope. And maybe this is also a little bit about what's going on in the world, that there's hope, messages. We don't want to talk about it all the time. And I'm not making a reading on what's going on because it's my world too. So like I always say, I don't like to involve my stuff into your stuff and into their stuff, because it's all of our stuff. This whole world is our stuff together. Yeah, seriously. So hope, whatever you're going through, since we have them for divine feminines back to back, all right, that's what's intended for. Divine feminines have hope. It's a positive outcome. When we're going through something and we're kind of like unsure, sometimes it's not what you expect and it's not what you want, but you do it and you come out, you know, higher in the long run. And it just gives you the faith to carry on, to move forward. When you have the faith, well, faith, like it says, faith can move mountains. You can do so much. So divine feminines, these are encouraging cards. These are really, you know, they really say a lot about what you're going through, whatever you're going through in your situation. Now, like I said, some days I might follow more with the divine feminine, sometimes divine masculine. It's not necessarily divided, you know, like, oh, I'm just set into divine masculine or I'm just set into divine feminine. You can even be both, all right? I know a lot of people use it different ways, but I've always found yin yang is in all of us. Simple as that. New beginning, like I said, the Fool card. I should show it one more time. Isn't that beautiful? Look at these colors. You know, all these colors are so pretty. You know, and I love this deck because it just represents to me like springtime rebirth, and my tulips are coming up that I just planted last fall. So this card to me shows new beginnings and changes. Have faith, have hope. There's a positive outcome. Don't you just love the sound of that? I know I do. And it's messages for me too. So listen, everything that's coming through, if you don't have faith, if you don't have the hope, no matter what the outside looks like, okay? The outside might look like, oh, the rain is never going to stop. It's a bad storm. No, your situation is going to clear up, but you need to focus on what's truly important and, you know, focus on the love in your heart. If that relationship you're with, you find that it's just not going to work, you know, maybe there's something that you can do to rekindle it. Maybe it's just something in your relationship to revitalize. Like, that's why I said there's a new beginning. Don't give up. Don't give up. Have hope. Have faith. Whatever that may be. You know, maybe it's breaking up with someone so that somebody new can come into your life to have that new beginning and that positive outcome. Everybody gets the messages differently, right? It's not like I am specifically talking to one type of situation. I find that the messages come through and I pay attention to everything. A lot of anxiety has to be brought out. Divine masculines, okay, I'm going to tell you right now, are going through a lot of purging and releasing. Divine feminines seem to have a lot more positivity coming through. Not the negative on divine masculines, but something new is about to excite. Something new and exciting is about to happen to our divine feminines. And the divine feminine energy is going to start realizing that they don't have to worry and put too much doubt and fear, which they normally kind of do, because they, not that I'm stereotyping the feminine at all, but lately it's just been like that. It's just a lot of fear, a lot of doubt, a lot of, you know, kind of like looking at the surface, looking at the glass half empty. It happens to all of us. But when you don't look at what is truly like the purpose of it, you end up losing touch of what is actually being given to you. Okay. So I hope that this reading video resonated with you. There was a lot of messages. I felt them coming through. Sometimes they don't resonate with me right away. So what I like to do is revisit a video, and what I do is I write them down as well. So I you know, tell you, I recommend to you to do the same, just so that you can get the messages, meditate over it. Sometimes it's like I'm getting like speak your truth a lot. So maybe some of you feel like you need to speak your truth, and I'm also getting new beginning a lot. So these two cards to me are my two cards that I may just meditate, and I will meditate on them, because I find that there's messages being given to me that I need to listen to. Okay, so if you would like to get your own personalized reading, I do offer phone chat and email readings, and the links are down below in the description area. Also, I have several blogs and articles that I haven't been writing lately because I've been preoccupied, but I do plan on writing soon. Also, If you'd like to subscribe to my newsletter, I do send them out weekly so that you can get like the new stuff that I'm posting, my videos and emails and emails. I'm sorry, I'm getting tongue-tied. Too much cleaning. Posts, blog posts. There we go. Okay, I need to, have a cup of coffee or a cup of tea. Yeah. So, anyways, guys, thank you guys all for still reaching out to me. It's still been a shock for us with Snowy. We're coping with it. Kisses is coping with it. It's just not easy for us to lose a very dear, special friend, and she's the oldest one in our lives that we think about a lot, and it's just not easy. It's never easy. And same thing with Bear. We still remember him. We still find him very dear in our hearts, that he'll never be forgotten. I still have my pictures of him all over the place. It's like he's still here, and he's buried in my backyard, by the way. Yeah, that little area for him. Kiss and Snowy. Kisses is fine. Sorry, I'm getting a little emotional. I think overly talking about them still touches me. So anyways, God bless you all. Namaste.